What will you do about the Jews who are living there, over 2 million of them?
We'll ask these people that they have the choice either to live with us peacefully, and they would have the same rights as we do
In a Palestine state?
in a Palestine state, or get out of that country if they don't like that situation.
That was Leila Khaled, a longtime Palestinian liberation activist and fighter and member of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. Leila Khaled was the first woman to hijack an airplane. She was a part of the hijacking of TWA Flight 840 in 1969. Don't worry, nobody was harmed. After they landed, they made the plane go kaboom, made their point. This is the logo for the Palestinian Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The PFLP was formed in 1967, and it has consistently been the second largest of the groups forming the Palestine Liberation Organization, known as the PLO. Did I mention they're Marxist Leninist? Because they are. Yes. On Marxist.org, there is a wonderful history of the basic political documents of the armed Palestinian resistance movement if you want to learn about the PLO and the PFLP and other Palestinian liberation fighters. It is not by the person who we are learning about today. But it's really awesome. Here it's got the preface, historical background, the Palestinian National Liberation Movement, the Palestine Liberation Organization, the Popular Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, and text of the United Nations Security Council resolution of the November 22nd, 1967. It's really interesting. Do give it a Google. Just one short excerpt from the piece, The Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The aim of the Palestinian Liberation Movement is the establishment of a national democratic state in Palestine in which both Arabs and Jews will live together as citizens equal both in rights and in duties. The state will form an integral part of the progressive democratic national Arab entity which lives in peace with all the progressive forces in the world. Sounds awesome, right? Liberation School has a wonderful piece on Leila Khaled, Palestinian fighter, Marxist revolutionary. Definitely read it. She's quoted as saying, "I have a cause higher and nobler than my own, a cause to which all private interests and concerns must be subordinated." The article says, Palestinian women have been participating in all forms of resistance, including armed resistance, for as long as the Palestinian people have fought for national liberation. Leila Khaled is probably the most internationally known of these heroic women. She has dedicated her life to free Palestine from colonial occupation and to the international struggle for socialism. The Palestinian resistance movement has endured for decades. Khaled is an important figure in this struggle, not just as a woman, but as a class-conscious organizer who never failed to speak out and fight against the Israeli occupation of Palestine and its imperialist backers, namely the United States and Britain. So if you don't read that article in its entirety, you are definitely a class traitor. But here, let me read the end for you. Now, Khaled often speaks at international conferences and remains an articulate spokesperson for the Palestinian liberation struggle, always raising the centrality of the rights of return for Palestinian refugees. She says, "The struggle of the Palestinians has taken many faces. Armed struggle, intifada, and now both, which means as long as there is occupation in our country, the conflict will continue." There's also this amazing interview with Leila Khaled by Breakthrough News, a life and struggle exclusive. Please check it out.